So you can see that this is build version Hazop 0.91. Let me explain you what these build numbers are and how they work in software industry, because later on when we give build numbers we should be careful about what we are doing. So our first build, which will actually go for demo or to the market, would be 1.0. But before that, we are going to have builds like 0.91 and then 0.92 and so on. So at this moment these build numbers are for my understanding, but later on when we go to the end customers, then we need to say that okay, this is build number 1.0. Now how it works in the IT industry, this first number here indicates the major version. So when you say that you go from 1.0 to 2.0, that means there are big changes in your application. But if you're just fixing some defects, giving some small features, then you make it like 1.1, 1.2. So we can decide, should it go from 1.0 to 2.0, or should only the minor versions increase. So basically this is only for my understanding at this moment, but that small number over there means a lot for me at this moment. But from the customer point of view, we can say that this will be 1.0 afterwards, and then 1.2 and 2.0 and so on. And every time we release a build, right, we have to say that what features we have introduced in that version, right? So remember, the first one is the major version and the last one is a minor version. So whenever we are incrementing the minor version, that means we are fixing defects, we are putting some small features. But when we are incrementing the major version, that means we are giving some big features, right? So that is a small understanding. So I have a bad throat here. Now one is, in our program, you can go and add manually these elements. So that was already a part of the program, so that is already there. So I have not touched anything from that. Second one was the Excel thing. So the Excel thing, we had this. I have made some small change here, and let me know, Raju and sir, that if this change is valid or not. If you remember, we had these levels here saying level 1, level 2 and level 3 and so on. It was becoming a very cryptic logic. So what I did is I changed this thing as follows. If there are no levels given here, that means it is by default level 1, right? After that, this complete tree over here belongs to this 12-inch SRR whatever, right? So that element name, you will give it over here. So with this, I can group them very easily. The same you can see I've done for this one. So with this, what will happen is, the program does not have to do a lot of loops. So what I've done is I have done this change. Let me know if this is okay or not. Okay. So the first thing is the end user will go to the site and he will upload this Excel and he will say upload. Now at this moment, what is happening is I need to still figure out the logic to see that how these, if you see now we have lots of elements, right? And I'm sure that in bigger projects these elements can become bigger and bigger. So at this moment, the positioning logic of these elements are random. So it is very difficult I need to figure out how to actually position this, and I also want from you guys the inputs how to position this. So first thing, I'm showing all the complete tree right from here to here in the diagram, right? You can see that there is a button given here called as level 1. If you click on that, you just see the diagrams of you just see the elements of level 1. So for example, you can see over here very quickly, look at this. So I can arrange this. Actually, this should be arranged like this, I think so. The parent at the top, and then so you can see here this is 8-inch LPG connected to 12-inch MP ADR MUSPL, 12-inch MP is connected to 10-inch and so on. So in all there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and the last 8, 16-inch. So in short, there are this 8 elements, right? Now let us say I go to this 12-inch SRR. So if I go here to 12-inch SRR, if I double click on that, now that zooms me into the next level of 12-inch. So if you see 12-inch, it starts with 12-inch SRR MUS. So there it is. That is connected to 12-inch SRR LPR ADR. LPR ADR is connected to MTF, right, and so on. So you can see that basically the links are working. I would suggest you to do a very rigorous testing on this by putting different kind of data, because I've done a very basic testing. So I would suggest you to really test this out. So the end user, he can go to any level, and at any moment of time he wants to come back to level 1, he can just come back to level 1. Okay. And also what I've done is I have given a small feature here called as save. You can see that there is a save feature here. If you click on the save feature, this complete diagram gets stored. Okay, it gets stored into a database. This database at this moment is residing on the end user's computer, right? And one of the basic requirement for this program is that you should have Google Chrome to use it. Okay, Google Chrome or Mozilla. So if you are using Internet Explorer, then this program will not work, because when I do a save, it actually stores into that into the browser's database, and if the browser is not supporting that database, it does not. So Chrome, Mozilla and other browsers, they support it. Leaving Internet Explorer, this program will work on all the browsers. And if you see the recent news, Internet Explorer is actually closing, so we don't have to worry too much on that. So if I click on save, I can come back at any moment of time and I can say load. You can see that when I do a load, even the positions of the components are saved. So in other words, for example, let us say I move this 12-inch MP ADR here and I say save, right? And when I go back and I say load, you can see that even the positions are saved. So what I've also done is I have ensured that the complete diagram is saved as it is. and then again he can start browsing the way he was browsing, right? So at this moment, this program is at this level. I need to go and create that report still. The problem with the report is, so the report was there with me. Very quickly, let me open the report. And the problem is that if I am not able to figure out what to put where. So if you can just tell me that, okay, list of pipeline networks, so like 16-inch. So is it possible that if you can give me some sample report saying like here I should say 16-inch comma, then so if I can get some kind of a sample report, right, then I can just go and push this across to that. So there's going to be export button here, and I'm thinking about removing some of these buttons and making them keys. For example, this level 1, we can just use a up arrow key or F1 or something. For example, this save, we can just say control save, right, control S. So I'm thinking about removing some of these buttons and just making them keys, so that the end user does not have to really see all these buttons and understand them, right? So this is 0.91 version. And give me your feedbacks. I've already told to the team to upload this on the site. At this moment, it is hosted on my local host. I've given the build to Sham, and Sham will be uploading it. So just again, I'm iterating. I have changed in the Excel sheet. I have just made a small change here. Confirm me in the email if this change is fine or not. Okay, good. So give me the feedback and then we can carry forward from there.